Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bird's Eye View. I'm Nikki Stanley, and I am very fortunate to be here with both a college student and a high school student. We were very curious to find out how using AI in your coursework, in school, in your daily life differs between high school and college. So, why don't you tell the camera who you are, your name, and then I'll ask you a bunch of
Yeah.
questions.
So I'm Ryan Lowe. I am a rising senior at the Headway School in Oakland, California.
I'm Hayes Sherman, and I am a rising junior at the University of Southern California.
They're both much better at this than I am. I think start with how you use AI for school, and then if you want to expand on just other ways that you're using it in your daily life. And it doesn't just need to be generative AI or ChatGPT, it can be any use.
I think I'm actually going to start by saying that AI is not allowed in high school level, at least at my school. So that doesn't mean I don't use it though. So I would say by that reasoning, AI is mostly used for cheating. And what that looks like is, for some people, that might look like writing papers, but in general, at least don't tell anyone, for what I do, is just getting ideas and using like ChatGPT and generative AI to formulate and put together different things that might seem really obscure in like a random English class on Shakespeare and stuff. And I think mostly what that's used for is humanities and doing that kind of ideating process. Outside of school, I would say I probably will soon, but haven't gotten into that process of like using it for email writing or like messaging and contacts. I think what I mostly use it for would be similarly making ideas for different projects and like work that I'm a part of.
And I know I said I was only going to ask you one question, but do the teachers at your high school have software that can detect when kids are using?
Yes, there is this one program, paid program that all the teachers have called Revision History, and it like directly tracks exactly what you do and then gives, I mean, similar to other things, gives you like a grade on how original it is. And in the syllabus, each teacher has different policies on AI. Like, while my English teacher said no AI at all, you'll get failed, my history teacher was more like, you can use it in. It's not going to be very good, first of all, for these historical documents, but it's also interesting for me or him, the teacher, to see how you incorporate that into your work. So overall, it's banned, but different teachers have different ways of working that in.
Got it. Well, it sounds like it's a zero tolerance policy in high
For
school,
now.
and
For now.
I would guess, as a fellow USC alum, that they don't really care if you're using it.
Yeah, so I guess in contrast with the zero tolerance in his high school, they encourage us to use AI. I've had many assignments where you have to use AI in the instructions. It states that. However, we have to cite when we use AI. So if you use it to pull quotes in a reading for a paper, you have to include it in your work cited. I use AI to help create outlines. So I'll tell it what I want to write about, and it will help me with the formatting of my papers. And I also use AI to create study guides. So I'll put in my notes, definitions and terms, and it will create a study guide for me. So I found it a very helpful tool to, I guess, further progress the work that I've already done, but I don't use it to, I have a lot of friends and I know a lot of people that use it to create and to produce work for them. And surprisingly, they don't seem to get caught either. We do have a software we use Turnitin, which is supposed to detect AI, but a lot of people I know, their papers are almost fully written by ChatGPT and it doesn't detect that. So it's an interesting ethical dilemma for sure.
I'm curious. I know that you're studying communications. I wonder if they're more permissive of using it because they figure in that field you're going to be relying on it.
Yeah, I think they're definitely more receptive and want us to use AI more than other departments, kind of hounding on this idea that we need to use AI or we'll get left behind. So
Do you find that across USC in general, that the student body, that's the first stop for any sort of written content that they need?
I think a lot of
Is everyone
people.
using it?
Yeah, I
In
would
other
say I
words.
would say almost everyone and their mothers are using it
Got
at USC and at most colleges, I'm sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for those unique perspectives, and we'll see you next time.